Hi, I'm Zach Frederick again. I'm gonna finish that thing I was doing. I had to go do something for a minute. I wanted to just pause the video. Yeah, you can't pause. I wanted to just pause. See, I was trying to pause it by pressing the screen, and you can't do it that way. I don't know how you pause it when you're making. You see, I just started making these YouTube videos, so I don't know, I still don't know how you pause or if you can pause while you're making a video, so I just had to stop it. I had to stop it, and then in order for me to continue on what I was saying, I have to make a whole new YouTube video. So this is part 2 of that video, that long video that I started. This is part 2. I just want to finish up about what I was saying. About Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson, as I told you. I've been loving him my whole life since I was about 4 years old. I was sad when he died, but I think that and I was saying about how he's been accused for years of molesting little boys, and there's a lot of people who think what's funny with Michael Jackson, you find all different kind of people. Some people think he didn't do it, and those people they still remain loyal fans. And then I know there's people that even if he did do it, they would say, no, he didn't do it, just because they like him a lot, because they love him. And then there's people who really don't think he did it, and they're fans. They remain loyal fans. There's people who think that he did it, that they used to be fans of his, and they used to buy his albums and stuff. But when that shit came out about him, all these little boys and their families accusing him of molesting him. There's a lot of those people that they said, fuck Michael Jackson. After that, they said, fuck him. And they stopped buying his albums. They stopped being a fan because they think that he did molest children. And then there's people who think he did it. There's a lot of people who were fans of his that they believe he did it. And they think he's a scumbag for that. But they still continue to be loyal fans of his. There's some people who think he did it. They believe he did it, and they don't like him for that, but they do still continue to be loyal fans of his music and listen to his music and buy his albums. So with the Michael Jackson thing, there's a lot of different kind of people as far as how they feel about him. Me, I told you, I'm one of those that I don't know. I assume he didn't do it, but I don't know for sure. That's my assumption. That is my opinion. It is not something I'm stating as absolute fact that he didn't do it. I don't know. My opinion is that he didn't do it. I think most likely he didn't do it, but I don't know for sure. Just like with Kobe Bryant, just like with Mike Tyson, even though in his case he got convicted of it and went to jail for 4 years, but there's guys who go to jail. There's guys in this country, there's men in this country that, especially black men, who go to jail all the time for false accusations of rape or false accusations of raping of molesting a child, and false accusations of all kinds of shit, especially rape. There's men all the time who get convicted and go to jail for false accusations of rape and go to jail with no evidence, not even any witnesses there. So I don't know, just like if a guy gets off scot-free, doesn't necessarily mean he's innocent. Like with OJ. Me personally, I'm not sure that he did that. And I know a lot of people probably gonna get angry at me over that. Oh well, I, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna give you my honest point. It's funny with me because at first, when he was on trial for the shit, when the shit happened in '94, and there was a big trial the trial was going on all summer long. I was watching that whole trial that summer. You know, I was tuned into it, and at first, my immediate reaction was an emotional one. Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't do it. It was just that white bitch trying to fuck him over. Another white bitch trying to fuck another black man over. That was my initial reaction when but then later when I thought about it logically, a few years later, I said he did it. There's no way he didn't do it. Come on. He did it. But then later, as I started thinking about it more, I started finding new things about it. So after having done more research into it, now I'm not. I said, wait a minute, back up a little. Now I'm not sure, and I'm still not quite sure if he did it or not. In his case, he was found innocent. I don't know if he did it. He might be guilty and got found innocent. He might be innocent and got found innocent. I'm not sure. Same thing with Mike Tyson. With Mike Tyson, I doubt he did it. And Kobe and Michael Jackson. And no, it's not just because I like those guys, because I like them as entertainers. No, it's not just because they're black men and I'm a black man that no. Shit. There's a white guy, Fatty Arbuckle, way back in the day. Michael Jackson knew about him because when he was getting accused of all this shit, and he found out about the white guy, Fatty Arbuckle, way back in the day in the 1950s or 40s or 30s or something. There was a fat actor and comedian. He was a fat white guy named Fatty Arbuckle, and he was a actor. He got accused of the same thing, molesting little boys, and it destroyed his life. It fucked up his life and his image, and I don't know if he went to jail for it or not. I'm not sure, but it was this white guy, Fatty Arbuckle. And Michael Jackson, when all this shit was happening to him, when they were accusing him of all this, he looked into that case, and he found out about Fatty Arbuckle. And Michael Jackson every night, he slept with a Michael Jackson every night he slept with a picture of Fatty Arbuckle next to his bed. There's a picture of Michael Jackson. There's a picture of Michael Jackson laying on his bed with a picture of Fatty Arbuckle in a frame on the nightstand next to him, because he was trying to say, like, look, this is what happened to this white guy a long time ago. He had motherfuckers accusing him of molesting the little boys, and it destroyed his career and it destroyed his life. And now I'm having the same shit done to me. And this is my way of sending the message. Look at this guy, Fatty Arbuckle. I sleep with a picture of him on my nightstand next to me every night. Because what happened to him is the same shit that's happening to me now. Again, I don't know if Michael Jackson did it. I doubt he did. I don't know if that white guy, Fatty Arbuckle, did it. My opinion about him is I doubt that he did it. I assume he got fucked over. With Bill Cosby, I assume he did it. As much as I don't want to think about, and even with him, I still don't know. I don't know for sure if Bill Cosby did the things he was accused of, raping all those women. I assume, and I grew up a big Bill Cosby fan since I was little, watching the Cosby Show, watching him, watching him as Cliff Huxtable on the Cosby Show, watching him as Fat Albert, and that he had shows back in the day. He had a show way back in the day. It was called the the Bill Cosby Show. Yes, he had Bill Cos he had the Cosby Show in the 80s and 90s. The Cosby Show was about the Huxtables, and then he had a show early in the 70s when he was a young guy. He had a show that they show now on the Centric Network, or I don't know if they still show it after that, but they were showing on the Centric Network before this shit happened. I had just found out about a new show. It was just a little bit before all this shit came out about him supposedly drugging and raping women. There was a show on the Centric Network. It was the Bill Cosby Show. It was an old show that he did before the Cosby Show when he was young. It was called the Bill Cosby Show. And he was a guy he was a high school gym teacher. And it was a pretty good show. It was funny. I liked it. And I know I like that, and I grew up with the Cosby Show. I grew up with Fat Albert. I grew up with Leonard Six and Ghost Dad and all that shit he did. And I thought he was a bit bitter and angry on when he would be talking about you niggas need to pull your pants up, and you motherfuckers out there, all you black people need to act right. And I do think that when he would go on his rants, and we know that he's a guy who leans more conservative, or so-called conservative, to the traditional family, and I did agree with him about a lot. I do agree with him on a lot that he was ranting about, Not quite everything, but of some of what he was ranting about, I agree. But he was just on some angry shit. And we thought about Bill Cosby to that point. Before this shit came out about the supposed rapes, we thought to that point that Bill Cosby, he's squeaky clean, and he lives a clean lifestyle, just like the character he played on the Cosby Show, Dr. Huxtable. He seemed like that squeaky clean guy who does everything right, and he has a clean past. And then all this shit came out, and wow. I don't know. I think with that many women, I think most likely he did it. I assume, that's my opinion, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I assume he did at least some of those rapes, if not all of them. That's what I assume, but I don't know. And that's crazy. I'm still a fan of Bill Cosby as an actor, as an actor, comedian, producer. He's produced a lot of great stuff. But as a person, if indeed he did the things he's accused of, that is, it has tainted my view of him as a person. If I find out that for sure that he did these things, it would make me lose respect for him as a person. But at the moment, I still don't know for sure. And, with Michael Jackson, how I don't think anybody, as much as I love Michael Jackson, and I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, big Jackson 5 fan, big Michael Jackson fan, As much as I love him as a musician and as a person, if he molested little boys like he was accused of, which I assume he didn't, but I'm not sure. If he did molest those children like he was accused of, then yes, of course, that would make me lose respect for him as a person. If I ever find out for sure that he did, but still, I still admire what he did as an artist, as a musician, as a singer, songwriter, dancer. He acted in some movies like Moonwalker and stuff like that. Um, Dance choreographer and I still admire him as an entertainer. I still admire some of the stuff he did in real life, what he donating money and doing good things for people who need help. Even if he did molest children, I wouldn't admire him for that, but I do admire him for a lot of other stuff that he'd see. I'm turning my face. I'm trying not to show that scar. I cut myself bad shaving it. I'm wiping the wrong side. Okay, but with Michael Jackson, whether he had a clean rap sheet or not, I still don't think him or any celebrity deserves all of the media coverage that he got about concerning his death. When a celebrity dies, all they should do, I know, you can't help when a celebrity dies, you can't help but report it if you're the news. Just give a little on every news network. If a celebrity dies, like Michael Jackson or whoever, on every news network, Fox News, CNN News, NBC, ABC, CBS, whatever, on every news network, they should do a little 3-minute piece, a little 2-minute or 3-minute piece talking about his life and how he died. Just a little 2-minute or 3-minute piece on every news network and then be done with it. Not just a whole day blocked off on every network, not just one, on every news network, on CNN, Fox. They just had the whole rest of the day of news blocked off. And even before he died, even before he was dead, when they rushed him to the hospital and word got out that Michael Jackson's in the hospital, he's not doing good, they stopped the news and they just gave you, he could have stayed alive. If he would have stayed alive, if he would have stayed alive for a few more hours, I bet you they would have stayed stuck right there covering what's going on outside and people outside, showing you that the people outside the hospital and cars and stuff, and they would have kept, the news would have kept you right on that and given you reports. How is he doing? His father Joe Jackson says he's not doing good, and this and that. They probably would have done that, even if he would have stayed alive for a few more hours. They would have kept on covering it, and then when he died, they still could. In his case, they gave you breaking news when he was getting rushed to the hospital. And he was in the hospital, he's still alive, and then a few minutes later he died. And I don't think any celebrity, Michael Jackson or whoever, deserves that much media coverage on him being rushed to the hospital or on his death. Like I said, when a big celebrity dies, you just do a short 2 to 3 minute piece on every news network that he died, that he or she died, whoever the celebrity is. Don't not not block off the whole rest of the day of the day of news to cover. I could see if BET did that, because BET is not an important network. BET is just an entertainment network. You know, BET is an entertainment network. If you want to do that on there, you block off the whole rest of the day of news on BET, then that's fine. You know, you block off the whole rest of the day dedicated to Michael Jackson's death. Same thing if it's VH1 or MTV, one of the entertainment music networks. That's fine if you want to do that on there, because they're entertainment. But the real news networks, CNN and NBC, MSNBC, Fox, even if Michael Jackson didn't have the reputation. Again, I don't know if he did it. I doubt he did. But even if he did have the reputation of if he didn't have the reputation of being a child molester, and if he had a squeaky clean rap sheet, and he's a big celebrity that everybody loves, he still does not deserve a whole day of news coverage. Nobody deserves that when there are more important things going on in the world, more important things going on in the country that should be covered, that you're going to just bump all that off to tell us a celebrity is dying or is dead. You know, that's no disrespect to Michael Jackson on my part. Like I said, I grew up with Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. And I still miss him, you know. But that was my main point of all this. I know I got into a bunch of other stuff. I got into a whole bunch of other stuff, but only to eventually circle back around to this. I didn't forget about my main point, you know. That I wanted to talk about, and I skipped around a little bit to different things, but ultimately to come full circle, come back around to my point that it's the sensationalism and the media, that how things like that are so focused on, and the media will give you constant coverage of things that isn't important, you know, but they will keep you tuned in and interested in that. They'll make you forget about the important stuff just to find out about Michael Jackson's death, and Tupac's death, and Biggie Smalls' death, and Amy Winehouse's death. It's all sad and all, you know, but there's people who are non-celebrities that die every day. Okay? There's people who die every day. There's a lot of people that die every day. One celebrity dying, it might be sad to those of them who like that celebrity and admired him or her. But to just stop everything and block off the whole day of news coverage just to give coverage on that, I think is ridiculous, you know. And how it shows you how the media has gotten out of control. The media is more about entertainment and sensationalism, and more about getting ratings than it is about giving you the news, even the news again. I could see if it's BET. If it's BET that they want to block off the whole rest of the day and give you constant new coverage about Michael Jackson after he died, that's fine. If it's VH1 that wants to do that, VH1 Classic, MTV that wants to do that, they want to block off the whole rest of the day for Michael Jackson, talk about his death, that's fine. If they want to dedicate a whole week to that, that's fine, because those are entertainment channels. But when it's important news when it's important news networks like CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, they still have the right. Is it illegal what they're doing? No. They do have the right to cover whatever they want, even if it's stupid. But I wish they would emphasize on giving us the more important news. And don't get us sidetracked. Don't get us sidetracked with stuff like Michael Jackson's death, or, all stuff that isn't important. I wish they wouldn't get us sidetracked so much. To keep us away from the real issues. And that was my main point, and I hope you enjoyed my 2 videos, the part 1 and this being part 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just wanted to give you all something to think about. And all right, everybody, make sure to leave if you want to leave a comment in the comment section below. Make sure to click the thumbs up button if you like, and I will see you all later. Have a nice day.